दावत का तो मजा ही आ गया।
थैंक यू।
वैसे क्या क्या बनाया डॉक्टर बहू ने? जॉब से उसे फुर्सत मिल गई थी ये सब कुछ बनाने की?
मेरी डॉक्टर बहू ने आज
Because Pakistan playing those four fast bowlers, it allows Babar to go back to Shaheen. And it is good because Williams is a very good player of spin. They want to remove him before they get the spinners on. And he is the left-hander. So far, Shaheen is just getting a bit of shape and is troubling Williams. The two spinners that Pakistan have are a leg spinner and left-arm spinner. So the left-hander in there, it might just be a problem.
I think the fact that they've brought Jane Afridi back in says something to the game plan, doesn't it, Bazir Khan? Because usually bookends it, power play overs, death overs. Occasionally, Babar Azam is in the need for a wicket. Special needs to happen. Yes, he throws it too, and I think that's completely right in terms of the comments that you've just made. Getting the left-hander out. Finding the outside edge a little bit more often now. 2 runs coming in. It's 49 for 2.
Seamless, effortless, contactless. Tap into convenience with GS credit cards.
State Life Insurance Corporation of Pakistan.
आज शतरंज की बारी, कल जीत की बारी। ऐसे टैलेंट को बढ़ाने में साथ दे रहे हैं हम थ्रू द एंगो माइंड स्पोर्ट्स प्रोग्राम। हमारा रहबर सबसे बेहतर।
सलइस्लामी, पाकिस्तान का बेहतरीन इस्लामी बैंक।
मैं हूँ शाहीन अफरीदी और मेरा बैंक है सलइस्लामी।
सलइस्लामी, पढ़ो यकीन के साथ।
Going to have to get his length right.
And also he talks about using dimensions off the ground. Very interesting what length he does bowl. Obviously the longer boundary is square, so will he just revert to bowling it into the pitch and slightly quicker? But he is the MVP for Pakistan in terms of the all-rounder. And we'll go to that googly more often. They're not with the left-handers right now, but normally in the middle overs, if Shada Khan goes well, Pakistan's bowling unit does well.
Well, that full length that Hasaranga really got a lot of tap from the other night. Different styles of bowlers, different opposition. Got a wonderful average against Zimbabwe at 12.5. Danny Morrison, you've seen Shadab Khan numerous occasions in all the tournaments you've covered around the world. What do you make of him?
Oh, look, he's a class act for a young guy, but I just think in this situation with Sean Williams, you've both touched on these lefties at the crease, and I just wonder whether Sean Williams here tonight can do a little bit like a Stoinis. Can he go after Shadab, given this is a very good surface, it doesn't tend to grip. Bounces, yeah, sure, but it does slide on with the spinners, and given it's only an 8 overall ball, look out for Sean Williams.
We tried to go after him, can he? Look for the slog sweep to finish things off at 53 for 2.
Mutual funds में लगा best return पाते जाओ। Investment इतनी simple Wow! Download Zindagi app now.
Wiki Pro लगाएं और डिजिटल हो जाए 40 GB डेटा 250 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट सिर्फ 399 रुपए में पूरा हफ्ता Zong 4G
Nestle Fruta Vital Sparkling Fruit Drink. The delightful fusion of soda and fruit juice.
डायमंड टायर पाकिस्तान का सबसे मजबूत टायर जो आपको दे महफूज सफर
Freddie into his third. Something I know a lot of people around the world have an eagle eye on. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar performance today, 92 points, top of the table there. Virat Kohli once again amongst the runs and the points. Boy, did Sky set things alight as well today. On the pull shot and on it very nicely indeed. Stand and admire your work there.
Got onto this really quickly, the Chumba. It's off the front foot and he's not trying to hit it square, he just slapped it over mid-on. Stayed with the shot. Powerful hit.
So from the short ball to the fuller length delivery. Shumba makes the adjustment as well.
And just feel that Shaheen Shah Afridi is feeling himself back into top form. It's very difficult to come off such a long break with injury and hit your strap straight away, and just feels as if he needs a few more games to become that old Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Very nicely timed, hit the ball at the top of the rise. Held his shape. They get an extra one off the ricochet, they're going to go for it. Good awareness from Zimbabwe.
There's a direct hit working in the favor of Zimbabwe. But this has been good, impressive from Zimbabwe so far. If you talk to them before the game and say after 8.4 you'd be 60 for 2, they'll take that, but they still need to make sure that the last 10 work in their favor as well. You want to beat a top side like Pakistan, you have to bring your A game.
Gets hold of it, but straight to mid-wicket and it's been put down. Iftikhar, a little shake of his head.
Yeah, normally very safe Iftikhar, especially in the inner circle, and that's not traveled too quickly to him. Maybe that just put him off. It's not time, so it just almost looped up to him, and he's just got his hands in a bit of a tangle.
He's still looking for his first wicket. Oh, and that just ticked off a good length. Goes to ground. We see at the 9th at 61 for 2.
आज उछाली हुई बॉल बने कल जीत की पहचान। ऐसे टैलेंट को बढ़ाने में साथ दे रहे हैं हम थ्रू द एंग्रो वॉलीबॉल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम।
इस मैच में तो मुझे आउट किया था नसीम शाह ने। नहीं
इनके लिए तो नसीम शाह से आउट होने की सीधी सादी खुशी है।
मैं इसका एक पिक्चर लूंगा।
सेफगार्ड से नहाना
Lots of hustle, they want to. The pressure is on the fielder. They're going to comfortably make that as the throw comes in mid-pitch. Danny Morrison, I saw Matthew Hayden before this game, warming up the Pakistan quicks, and I said to him, how were they after the India game? And he said they were really even, whether they beat India, beat the big teams in the world or lose. They've got a really calmness about this team. Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It does, and I think, Mel, it's no surprise when you see a lot of the international sides here, they're picking up guys like Matty. You look at Mr. Cricket, Hussey, he's with the England team. There's guys here that are playing that sort of role. They're foreign guys, and they're having quite a good mentorship role within the setup. And I think it's paying dividends. I think you need that to have someone with that sort of influence to say, hey, listen, you don't have to panic yet. Things aren't quite going right, but hey, look, it's early days within the tournament, and then you can just suddenly turn it around. He has shut it, you little beauty, caught bowled back in the thick of it.
Pakistan have now lost 3 for 22 with the wicket of Shumba. The full length has worked for the leggy here this evening. Just a check shot. He'll be disappointed in the fact that he didn't get either over the top of it or go right over. Sharp caught and bowled. That says it all. Hilton Shumba departs for 8. Zimbabwe 64 for 3.
मतलब डैंड्रफ वापस कल ही तो शैम्पू किया था।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर। इसका बाकायदा इस्तेमाल करें, खुश्की के जर्म्स पर असर 100% तक। खुश्की मिटाए, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
Enjoy 40% off on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays with GS credit cards on Food Panda.
State Life Insurance Corporation of Pakistan.
और किसी पे नजर क्यों जाए?
केयर हनी लोशन। पाकिस्तान का सबसे ज्यादा बिकने वाला मोटरसाइकिल टायर। ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी?
ये शीशा नहीं जुड़ने वाला।
लेकिन क्यों?
आसिफ अली ने शॉट मारा था।
रुखसाना आंटी के लिए आसिफ अली से टूटे शीशे की सीधी सारी खुशी है सुपर।
आज गली में क्रिकेट तो कल स्टेडियम की विनिंग क्रिकेट। ऐसे टैलेंट को बढ़ाने में साथ दे रहे हैं हम थ्रू द इंग्लैंड क्रिकेट कोचिंग प्रोजेक्ट।
जिंदगी से शेयर्स खरीदो और बेचो, प्रॉफिट बनाओ, पैसे कमाते जाओ। स्टॉक ट्रेडिंग इतनी सिंपल। वाओ! डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप नाउ।
KNNs, ताकि आपके प्यारों को मिलती रहे सेफ एंड हेल्दी चिकन।
Simply Sufi, add new flavors to life. जो कैनन इलेक्ट्रिक वाटर हीटर लगाते हैं वो बांटने से नहीं घबराते हैं। टायर मजबूत, सफर है।
न्यू ब्लेसो ब्लीच क्रीम, पाव सितारों जैसी ग्लो।
Nestle Fruit Vital Sparkling Fruit Drink. The delightful fusion of soda and fruit juice.
KNNs, ताकि आपके प्यारों को मिलती रहे सेफ एंड हेल्दी चिकन।
हमारा रहबर सबसे बेहतर।
Zong Weekly Pro लगाएं और डिजिटल हो जाए। 40 GB डेटा, 250 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट, सिर्फ 399 रुपए में पूरा हफ्ता। Zong 4G।
से ज्यादा ममालिक में एक्सपोर्ट होने वाला पाकिस्तान नंबर 1 एक्सपोर्ट टायर सर्विस।
न्यू ब्लेसो ब्लीच क्रीम, पाव सितारों जैसी ग्लो।
They need him now. He gets off the mark straight away. Was it? I'd love your thoughts just on Sean Tate being a coach with Pakistan as well. 57% got balls in World Cups. He's got pace. We see that just held in the pitch a little bit. Drilled. There'll be pressure on the boundary line. Wazim Jr. is up to the task. End of the 10th over. 67 for 3.
sLiveStreaming, पाकिस्तान का बेहतरीन इस्लामी बैंक।
मैं हूं शाहीन अफरीदी और मेरा बैंक है sLiveStreaming।
sLiveStreaming, बढ़ो यकीन के साथ।
Save
गाद से नहाना, जर्म दूर भगाना। Nestle Fruta Vital Sparkling Fruit Drink, the delightful fusion of soda and fruit juice.
और किसी पे नजर क्यों जाए?
केयर हनी लोशन अपनों की रिलीज पे रहे, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहे पाकिस्तानी, खुशहाल रहे पाकिस्तान। KNN
डायमंड टायर, पाकिस्तान का सबसे मजबूत टायर, जो आपको दे महफूज सफर।
न्यू ब्लेसो ब्लीच क्रीम, पाव सितारों जैसी ग्लो।
Ralph with a wicket in his first over. Zaraza beats him outside off stump, but he brings pace to the equation, this man.
Yeah, he does. And this is what we would have expected from Pakistan coming into this game. With all of the talk about this pitch being the fastest, not only here in Australia, but in the world, the fastest bowlers this year. Haris Rauf features in there. Mark Wood at the top.
Raza again defending. 82 in the first game versus Ireland, and a 14, a 40, and a duck versus South Africa. Have a look at that wicket. Good catch, but well across and took it low down. Pitch it up. In the Shumba, 8 from 10. Raza down in Hobart.
Yeah, he got some good scores down there, 82, 14 and 40 in that round one. Picked up wickets as well. He really looked the best of the Zimbabwean batsmen. He's coming to this tournament with great form and great reputation. And just feel that a lot of their hopes, their batting hopes, rely on the way he plays. Let's look at the field, through field 360. Yeah, it's a big ground, massive ground here at Perth.
Guinea follows him, and this is an over with some real fire and pace. That one at 143, the last at 148, and this is a man, Raza, who's already picked up 2 player of the match efforts in the tournament. He's getting bombed by Haris Rauf.
And he's playing against his country of birth, and that in itself will bring some added inspiration for him to do well. A big game for Zimbabwe, and if they are to do well as a team, everyone needs to contribute, and they'll have to be on their best.
4 dots in a row. Diamond's full, another dot. Great performance by Ralph. He's through 11 deliveries, 9 dots, 1 for 3.
And we've spoken already about how teams adapt to the conditions, the various conditions, the peculiarities and nuances of each venue. This one much different to what Zimbabwe were used to in Hobart and in personnel as well. You'll have to make changes as you go from venue to venue in this World Cup. So you'll have to be adaptable and malleable.
Gets it away fine. We'll have to check with the umpire. Runs to finish the over. Leg byes they are. 5 from it. Zimbabwe 71 for 3.
And with every
effortless from Zaxless. Tap into convenience with GS credit card.
आज स्कूल में प्रैक्टिस, कल स्टेडियम में।
Things just worked around corner. Raza strike rates 143, spin 119. Player of pace. Valuable asset in the final overs, and you drop short to him. See you later against this man.
And he generally gets off to an aggressive start, so much different tonight than what he's used to. Good running, really good running from these two. So he gets a few boundaries, and that's what really gets him going, Sikandar Raza, and then he just takes it from there. This time around, he's 2 from 8. And again, Shadab Khan bowling fuller. Sometimes you come into a game with preconceived notions. Bowling it to the pitch, that's what we've been talking about, but he hasn't done that. He's resisted that, and he's bowled his usual way.
Up down the ground. Shadab Khan this year. T20 cricket to left-hand batters, 44% of his deliveries to the googly or the wrong one, and just 19% to the right-hand batsman. We saw the Aussies really attacked Hasaranga here a few nights ago. Shadab's bowled a better length.
Yeah, he has. And he's shown good control as well. Not too much variations. He's just keeping it quite simple. And that's what you need to do. And I think both these teams so far have exhibited good composure. Zimbabwe initially in that power play, even through the middle overs, and Pakistan haven't been phased themselves. They've fought back and continue to fight back.
Starting it into the leg stump. Williams moves to 18, his best score for the tournament to date. Into the over. Zimbabwe 76 for 3.
जिंदगी से अपनी सेविंग्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स में लगाओ, बेस्ट रिटर्न पाते जाओ। इन्वेस्टमेंट इतनी सिंपल। वाओ, डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप नाउ।
आज स्कूल में प्रैक्टिस, कल स्टेडियम में गोल। ऐसे टैलेंट को बढ़ाने में साथ दे रहे हैं हम थ्रू द एंगो फुटबॉल ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम।
फेमस कुकिंग ऑयल से बना हर खाना है अपनायत और किफायत से भरा, क्योंकि मेहनत से जिंदगी।
ओमेगा लेगोना फैसलाबाद जल्द आ रहा है।
State Life Insurance Corporation of Pakistan.
हमारा रहबर सबसे बेहतर।
Back into the attack.
Williams opens up the offside but doesn't time the ball. Bumped away into the offside. For those joining us around the world, they play Australian rules football. This round, Samuel, the West Coast Eagles and the Fremantle Football Club. And the goals, obviously the aim of the game, go the opposite way the pitch. Typically 45 to 50,000 people here every weekend. You're across Aussie rules. Sam?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen a couple games live in Brisbane. Really wonderful sport, to be honest. Nice and physical, if you're into that.
Raza throws the hands at it, times it beautifully, and finds the boundary.
Their first boundary in some 4 overs for Zimbabwe, given a smidgen of width, but Sikandar Raza just stood leg side of the ball and was able to free his arms and got enough of a connection to beat the fielder in the deep. Very deep and far boundary on that side, but the timing was good. That was smashed.
This time pumps it down the ground. There's a man there. Cut it to a single. And does.
Yeah, he's moving that front foot out of the way now, Sikandar Raza. Perhaps predicted the length, predicted that he might go a little bit fuller, and fully did. Just wasn't able to connect it as well as he would like. So a nice good partnership developing 18 from 17 from these two.
Williams gets it into the gap. 2 men there. They can't save it. Starting to roll now, this partnership.
Yeah, they'll enjoy that. Enjoy every time a boundary is hit. Again, this time a little bit badly lined, but whipped away quite confidently and competently. Yep, something to think about for Nasim Shah. They haven't backed down, Zimbabwe, and that's what's been really good in this contest.
Williams' first boundary since the first ball he faced. Facing Deem in the stump.
Yeah, nothing of an appeal, which suggests that he didn't get any finger or hand onto that, Nasim Shah. But he's been a little bit indifferent in this over in terms of his length and also his line.
From the over, Zimbabwe's second best after the first over that went for 14. After 13, Zimbabwe 87 for 3.
New always 0% leak worries, 0% odor worries, 100% herbal freshness.
KNNs, ताकि आपके प्यारों को मिलती रहे सेफ एंड हेल्दी चिकन।
जोंग विकी प्रो लगाएं और डिजिटल हो जाए। 40 GB डेटा, 250 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट, सिर्फ 399 रुपए में पूरा हफ्ता। जोंग 4G।
पेश है नया जिलेट ब्लू 3 फ्लेक्स, अब सुपर लॉक पैक में।
और किसी पे नजर क्यों जाए?
केयर हनी लोशन।
जिंदगी से शेयर्स खरीदो और बेचो, प्रॉफिट बनाओ, पैसे कमाते जाओ। स्टॉक ट्रेडिंग इतनी सिंपल। वाओ, डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप।
Hoiked away, shouts of catch it, tough, bounces, insult to injury, because it goes to the rope.
Yeah, didn't get there quickly enough. This really should have been taken. Sean Williams trying to take on the fielder in the deep. It's a long hit, even if you middle it. Still a long way. Just didn't get in that drop zone quickly enough.
Big gap out there as well. Williams picked his spot and reversed it into the wide open spaces. Hunting needs to be good and he is clever.
Yeah, this is good batting. Boundary of the previous delivery. And this time he went in the opposite direction and the running was good. So that's 7 runs in 2 deliveries. Good start to the over. Pressure put on Shadab Khan.
There's his deep point. Touch straighter. Current run rate gets them to 141. They need to bowl that, Sam.
And I think they'll be thinking about 160. If they can get there, that's something to work with. Below that will be quite tough. See, it's a good pitch. The ball is coming nicely onto the bat, and it's a super fast outfield. You're getting value for your shots along the ground. Even though the square boundaries are long, you might not hit 6s, but you can get 4s. We've seen 3 6s hit square, only 3 6s as compared to 13 if you go straight. Such is the distance square here.
Bowled in this time. Shadab, stump to stump. Picks up his second wicket. Zimbabwe lose their ball.
Yeah, and he moved quite early, did Sean Williams, which allowed Shadab Khan enough time to see exactly what he was doing. And just pull his length back and made How quickly that went, diving away to his right, and look at the elation. Chakaba comes, Chakaba goes, 95 for 5.
मतलब डैंड्रफ वापस कल ही तो शैम्पू किया था।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर, इसका बाकायदा इस्तेमाल करें, खुश्की के जर्म्स पर असर 100% तक, खुश्की मिटाए, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
इसी मैच में तो मुझे आउट किया था नसीम शाह ने। नहीं
इनके लिए तो नसीम शाह से आउट होने की सीधी सादी खुशी है।
मैं इसका एक पिक्चर दूंगा।
न्यू ब्लेसो ब्लीच क्रीम, पाव सितारों जैसी ग्लो।
40 से ज्यादा ममालिक में एक्सपोर्ट होने वाला पाकिस्तान नंबर 1 एक्सपोर्ट टाइप सर्विस।
जो कैनन इलेक्ट्रिक वाटर हीटर लगाते हैं वो बांटने से नहीं घबराते हैं।
KNN's लाया आपके लिए होम स्टाइल कोफ्ता, घर जैसी रिवायती लज्जत के साथ, सेफ एंड हेल्दी चिकन।
Just short. Yes, Sam Muir talked us through this catch by Bubba Azam.
Usually a very safe pair of hands, Baba Azam, but this one was really going past him quickly and had to dive full stretch. And you can see the surprise even on his face that he held on to that. And his teammates, well, they're recognizing that fact too.
Big swing and a miss.
I still saw Mohamed Wazim in the Caribbean a couple of years ago when he came with the Pakistan team, and very impressive. Mohamed Wazim can wield the willow as well. Well led so far, Pakistan in the field tactically. Baba Azam is so experienced now, and throw back to that speech at the end of that game, Paulie.
Gee, that's picked up. It's a long boundary. It's too long. Another wicket. Wazim with the big wicket. The Sikandar Raza and Zimbabwe are crumbling in Perth.
Now this time he takes the catch. Harris Ralph didn't have to move. Came straight at him. Sikandar Raza taking on one of the longest boundaries in the world, you'll have to say. Slower delivery. Connected it well, admittedly. But look at how far in he is. Harris Ralph. Yes. A wonderful wicket for Pakistan. Raza goes for 9, 95 for 6.
आ गया नया एरियल ब्लू फॉर्मूले के साथ, जो गिराएगा धूल, मिट्टी और पसीने के दागों की हर दीवार।
डायमंड टायर, पाकिस्तान का सबसे मजबूत टायर, जो आपको दे महफूज सफर।
Zong Wiki Pro लगाएं और डिजिटल हो जाए। 40 GB डेटा, 250 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट, सिर्फ 399 रुपए में पूरा हफ्ता। Zong 4G।
फैसल इस्लामी, पाकिस्तान का बेहतरीन इस्लामी बैंक।
मैं हूँ शाहीन अफरीदी और मेरा बैंक है फैसल इस्लामी।
फैसल इस्लामी, बढ़ो यकीन के साथ।
हम सके ना तो बने वो तूफान, आजा बने वो तूफान। सारा खून पसीना और ये जान जुनून के नाम।
3 for 0 and 5 deliveries. Zimbabwe have lost. Punch through the middle order. Jongway comes out. 20 not out in the first innings, 29 in the second game. Batted since. Now though. Oh, bowled! This time the hat-trick opportunity will come. Zimbabwe crashing down. Pakistan with yet another wicket. Jongwe out bowled by Wasim. First ball.
Yeah, that's 4 wickets now for no runs. What a comeback and what a delivery. Mohammad Wasim really excelling on the big stage, brought into this game and immediately rewarding and repaying the Pakistan management. Jongwe comes, Jongwe goes. 95 for 7.
मतलब डैंड्रफ वापस कल ही तो शैम्पू किया था।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर, इसका बाकायदा इस्तेमाल करें, खुश्की की जंग पर असर 100% तक, खुश्की मिटाए, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
इसी मैच में तो मुझे आउट किया था नसीम शाह ने। नहीं
इनके लिए तो नसीम शाह से आउट होने की सीधी सादी खुशी है।
मैं इसका एक पिक्चर लूंगा।
State Life Insurance Corporation of Pakistan.
With new Blesso Bleach Cream. पाव सितारों जैसी ग्लो।
ओमेगा रेजिडेंशियल छान जल्द आ रहा है। जर्मन टेक्नोलॉजी वाले
Bradley Evans. Wasim with a smile on his face. There's a slip in on a hat-trick. Crowd roaring. And it's a letdown because it's a wide down the leg side. A wide, Samuel.
Anticlimactic, isn't it? You can see what he was trying to do though. He was looking for that leg stump Yorker. This is the wicket of Jongwe. Just following him and not getting out of the way and not making enough of a contact. Instead, ricocheting onto the stumps. He would be a little bit disappointed with that hat-trick ball though, Mohammad Wasim. Evans in for his first game of the World Cup.
Another wide.
And sometimes you can just be striving a little bit too hard, and this might be the case for Mohammad Wasim. Tail up, no doubt. He feels that if he can just get one on the stumps on target, he can have his man. But because he's trying a little bit too hard, just offline, off target. Still a couple deliveries though to get another in this over.
2 dots, 2 wickets, 2 wides. And now a run off the bat. That 160's gone up in smoke, hasn't it? Now need to creep their way to 130, 135, give their bowlers something, Samuel.
Yeah, well, first of all, they have to bat through the remaining overs. Just 2 wickets in hand. So these batsmen will have to be very calculated in what they do next. If they can get to maybe, as you mentioned, 130, 140, which is a very long way away, still something to work with.
Short and a fine over from Wasim. 2 wickets from it. Just 3 runs. Zimbabwe in trouble at 98 for 7.
जर्मन टेक्नोलॉजी वाले सर्विस टाइल्स लगवाओ, क्योंकि ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
जिंदगी से शेयर्स खरीदो और बेचो, प्रॉफिट बनाओ, पैसे कमाते जाओ। स्टॉक ट्रेडिंग इतनी सिंपल। वाओ! डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप नाउ।
KNNs, ताकि आपके प्यारों को मिलती रहे सेफ एंड हेल्दी चिकन।
और किसी पे नजर क्यों जाए?
केयर हनी लोशन, टायर मजबूत, सफर में।
जोंग वीकली प्रो लगाएं और डिजिटल हो जाए। 40 GB डेटा, 250 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट, सिर्फ 399 रुपए में पूरा हफ्ता। जोंग 4G।
Close to it there. Hello, Pami and Bangwa.
Hello, Bish. Hello, everybody. Look at the final delivery. It's falling apart, really. It's totally falling apart. Like Mr. Bean's out there. And I won't go into the old Mr. Bean story. Not a coincidence that with the adjustment of the length from Pakistan's seamers, the wickets came, they pulled that length back slightly, and regularly when we sat here up front we said they'd missed it. Yeah, we said they'd missed it, and the understanding in terms of planning and an inclination to be fuller, and because you're starting up, because you don't want to get carried away with the bounce on a bouncy surface, but you've still got to hit your straps, and they didn't up at the front. Now, the look at that LBW shout, just always angling and going down the leg side. And once they did, and it also was Haris Rauf coming to the attack, very fast and back of a length.
Target through. Come back for two.
Good hustling. The disappointing thing for Zimbabwe is that there's still so much time to bat. So nothing happened in terms of runs, just the middle falling out. I said at the start, Bish, they want to put a game together.
See the discomfort with the pace against the pace for the lower middle order. That catch by Babar Azam was one of the standouts, and we've had some good ones this tournament. Will can strike it. Mid wicket, fine leg, deep backward square. Six off the over, Shaheen is done. 104 for 7.
Water वाले बालों के लिए water वाला shampoo. For hair fall, Pantene is my choice.
इसमें है fermented rice water और प्रोविटामिन फॉर्मूला जो सिर्फ 14 दिन में हेयर फॉल कम करे। Pantene।
फैसल इस्लामी, पाकिस्तान का बेहतरीन इस्लामी बैंक।
मैं हूँ शाहीन अफरीदी और मेरा बैंक है फैसल इस्लामी।
फैसल इस्लामी, बढ़ो यकीन के साथ।
State Life Insurance Corporation of Pakistan.
आज गली में क्रिकेट तो कल स्टेडियम की विनिंग विकेट। ऐसे टैलेंट को बढ़ाने में साथ दे रहे हैं हम थ्रू द एंगल क्रिकेट कोचिंग प्रोजेक्ट।
डायमंड टायर, पाकिस्तान का सबसे मजबूत टायर जो आपको दे महफूज सफर।
KNNs, ताकि आपके प्यारों को मिलती रहे सेफ एंड
Should have been one. As we look forward, what can we expect from Blessing Mutarabani in Grava?
Absolutely no option except to go at it and sink wickets. But control is necessary. went on about how they'd enjoy this surface because of the pace that it has, but you also need runs to work with. Still, as they come out, I think the conditions, having not been here before, not played here before, I think they've got to try and enjoy being out there and see that they can strike some blows. Dent in that batting lineup. And then you never know. The job though right now is trying to cobble together some sort of total. Can they get to 140 from here? Burl can hit it. Evans is not too bad with bat in hand. A big over somewhere, a couple of big overs somewhere. And maybe. Credit, I'll give credit, must give credit to Pakistan for their adjustment. When they wrested the control back in their favor.
Who's the call? But just one. Mel Jones is down close to the action.
Certainly am, Ian Bishop, and I'm enjoying watching Ralph go about his business. As Australians, we know him quite well from the Big Bash. Tasmanians will be definitely following his form as well. Because he started at Glenorchy Cricket Club, which has a wonderful program sort of supporting multicultural ways in which, you know, people can get involved in the game. He played there, then got the invite to the Melbourne Stars, so he dumped the Hobart Hurricanes. Second game, got a fifer, then got a hat-trick in another next couple of weeks. It's only a month or so after that he got picked up for Pakistan, his first T20 international. He's got a wonderful fan base here in Australia.
और इस मोहब्बत को हमेशा अपने अंदर कायम रखना, इसी का नाम तो सूफी है। सूफी जो नाम है एतमाद।
जिंदगी से अपनी सेविंग्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स में लगाओ, बेस्ट रिटर्न पाते जाओ। इन्वेस्टमेंट इतनी सिंपल। वाओ, डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप नाउ।
Final over specialist, but his early bowling has been a good thing too. Naveen Shah hasn't been at his absolute best today, still young in the game. You have to really throw, that's how far it is out there. It's like the old days at the MCG.
Ian Bishop, nothing much shocks you, but you look completely shocked when you walked out on the ground today about the distance of these boundary lines.
Yeah, Mel, I couldn't believe how far it was. And look, I think the myriad of the differences of the ground in Hobart, the square boundaries were very short. I think it takes away the homogeneity of the game. It brings different facets into play.
I'm completely with you, and I think the other thing too is that it shows you different ways in which teams set themselves up for big grounds. We saw Australia the other day with a fine leg and a third on the boundary line and very, very straight, whereas Pakistan today has decided to have the short, fine leg up. Yes, third was quite fine still, and they went about it a completely different way, and it still works well for them.
How are those fans behind you? Any conversations, Mel, with the fans over the fence behind you there?
You know what? They are very, very quiet at the moment. As soon as they turn around, everyone's smiling and waving a little bit. But I think they're just going through the motions themselves. I think they need another little Bubba Azam special in the slips or something.
Are they cold?
I don't know. How many weeks old? 11 weeks old. Bring them to the cricket early. I love it.
In terms of the surface smell, you were out there at the pitch report. You know this ground better than we do. How was it compared to games past in terms of pace and bounce?
Yeah, I think the big difference is that it's a worn pitch, isn't it? We had the Australia-Sri Lanka game just 2 days ago, so you're not going to get as much as zip. This Perth Stadium is known as a bat-first ground too. Maybe one of the reasons why Zimbabwe wanted to be brave when they won the toss. But to bat first and win here too, that average score still has to be around that 185 mark. They are well and truly off that at the moment.
The 2 games we've had here this season have been won though by chasing teams. And T20 World Cup. Last legal delivery for Nadeem Shah, none for 33 so far. And then you've got one from Haris Rauf, one. Evans, of course, the son of Craig Evans, who played over 50 ODIs for Zimbabwe. Rushes you, Haris Rauf, just so intimidating with his short ball, and then he can go full. His cutter is still something that can work as well.
Best laid plans. And it worked out. Yes, he's quick. This is what we're going to try and do. This is how you're going to play him until it's time. Difficulty therein and the adjustment whilst you're at it to try and be sufficiently effective to get runs. We forget, I think, some of the time that courage is a real thing when it comes to the game. So when you plan all that you're planning, it's fair enough. But when you're out, then there's a fella like Haris Rauf who's running at you ball after ball. Those who are able to still maintain and execute what plan they have must have a great deal of courage. That's well hit. Is it well enough, though? Oh, dear. Oh, put down. Header thought that the boundary was much closer than it really was. In the end, he had some room to play with.
There is that off-pace delivery. Got into still a decent enough position. First one going down in the field tonight.
Just picking up on what you're saying about Haris Rauf too, with the execution side of things. I think there's also got to be a want by these bowlers to bowl the hard overs, those death overs. And when you want to be in the competition and you set your plans, it's one of the reasons why he's taken the second most amount of wickets since 21 in those final overs. He's got great plans, he's got wonderful execution. I don't think it's all just sheerly about the pace of the delivery in which he's bowling. I think he's got some cricket smarts in terms of who's on strike, what they're trying to do against him, then he can counteract that delivery after delivery.
Yeah, this one goes, Mel. Or deep fielders leg side. I get 2 here. Norris went after it. I think you'll enjoy this being a Haris Rauf fan, Mel. His most economical 4-over spell is 4 for 22 against New Zealand in Sharjah in the 2021 T20 Men's World Cup. He's 1 for 11 off 3.5 and could have had more had that been held.
In the stump mark, someone saying, how big are these boundaries? So it's surprising the players as well as all of us here.
It could have been me saying
it. Could have been.
Yeah, Haris Rauf's most economical spell in T20 internationals, 120 for 7.
Zong Wiki Pro लगाएं और डिजिटल हो जाए 40 GB डेटा 250 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट सिर्फ 399 रुपए में पूरा हफ्ता Zong 4G
सर्विस कहाँ है सर्विस ये लो गुड सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र क्या
1 for 12 from 4 overs for Haris Rauf. He started the rut with that wicket of Irvin, that short ball. Mohamed Wasim Jr. to close it out. Bowling unit, you want to go into that interval with confidence from a good closing.
Fine legs up in the circle. He's asking about the wide as Brad Evans saying no wide there. And now you've gone across, too far across. Kettleborough. Experience. Oh, the mean Yorker. It's Mohamed Wasim. And he's had a super day. 3 for 14. In the nick of time, field has changed.
Good smash. Terrific smash from Brad Evans. That is a huge hit.
It has to be an almighty hit for you to get it away. 84 meters, that is. I think he's picked that it's going to be the slower ball and then use all of his muscle. Brad Evans, yep, top hit. 6 runs needed, desperately so by Zimbabwe. Repeat the dose, they'll say.
No lights on. Mohamed Wasim Jr. strikes back after being bludgeoned for 6 in the Evans crowd. Best figures in T20 international Spain.
What a way to make an entrance into the tournament, into the side, and he's bowled beautifully. Not quite on target, the Yorker, in terms of the length, but in terms of the line, right there, onto leg stump, and he hits the target he wants. And jubilation, of course, because they have another to Pakistan. Evans gone for 19. It's 1-2-6 for 8.
नया एरियल ग्लू फॉर्मूले के साथ जो गिराएगा धूल मिट्टी और पसीने के दागों की हर दीवार
you.